Hi, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Happy Money Monday.
Money Monday.
Yep. We are going to talk about, well, let's introduce ourselves first.
I'm Jay.
I'm Christa, and this is Say I Do Forever. But today we kind of had gone over if we would talk about financial stuff and get right into it, or if we would talk about goal setting. We kind of went back and forth. And over the week, we decided to do goal setting.
Yeah, it was unanimous.
Yeah.
It was.
And then somebody also commented and that they wanted to see goal setting as well. So it kind of reiterated what we were already thinking.
Yeah.
And so we are going to go over the basic steps that we do for goal setting. And we've done this since we were in our 20s.
And we're not going to say how old we are now.
Well, I'm 29, so it hasn't been that many years.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Many years. many years. So we thought, every couple, this is something we've taken for granted that we were taught early on of how to do, and it has really benefited us, and it's made us be a team.
Yeah, for sure.
And, there's been a couple hard years that we missed it and we just kind of lost our purpose. And then, but as soon as we did come back, we went right back into goal setting because it's critical for us to move forward and to be working on the same goals and purpose.
To be a team.
To be a team.
To be a team, for sure.
So today we're going to discuss all the different little steps. We'll probably do some in-depth videos down the road on some of these subjects, but right now it's just all your steps. We wish that we were a little more high tech and we could edit this and put words across with these steps. We will.
That'll be later.
That'll be later.
We'll get there.
We'll redo this video down the road when we're fancy.
Yeah. But we just need to convey it.
Yeah.
We'll be fancy later.
So right now you may have to replay to hear what that step is.
Yeah.
I think maybe I will actually write them all in the comments down below after the video posts. I'll just write all the steps and that will help.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to take our low tech and I'll just make it a little higher tech.
There we go.
So anyway, we love you guys and we just want to share with you, and we hope that this changes your marriage and your life and your next year. And I hope you have an amazing year because of it. Yeah. So the first thing is what you will need for this weekend. Say you want to do this maybe a weekend. You want to do it a weekend away, somewhere nice. We'll talk a little bit more about that in step 2. But first thing you're going to need is what?
Different people are going to have different requirements.
You need a calculator, probably.
That's Christa's.
You need your nerd gear.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
You need a pen and paper.
Yep. Got those.
For each of you.
Yep. And
I think you said that was for you
this is what you need.
Okay. So you do need snacks. You need lots of snacks because...
And then this is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Mine's the candy.
Okay.
Hers is the popcorn.
And I can't think without gummy bears. If I'm thinking, I've got to be chewing on gummy bears. Popcorn, gummy bears. You need to hydrate.
All that stuff. Yeah.
My son actually brought this to me.
Yes, he did. He brought us both Gatorades and
yeah, that was super sweet. And so you're ready to hunker for the weekend. You're ready to hunker for the day. Whatever you can set aside. I would also say that if this is something you want to just jump into, I would say jump into it. You can always improve on it in 6 months or a few months down the road. Maybe right now getting the goals in set are just take a Dave Ramsey class, stuff like that. So as soon as you take that class, you're going to want to change some of these goals. So these don't have to be written in stone.
The other thing I want to talk about too is you don't have to start out with a ton of goals like we do now. You can actually just maybe, if you simpler. So you don't feel overwhelmed, maybe you can just start with 3 or 4 goals separately and then come together and then together goals. Just an idea, so you don't feel so overwhelmed.
You're right.
Because we got a lot.
Well, yeah, we've been doing it a lot of years, and so we end up getting a few more that we've added through the years,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But step one is pray together. And
Yep.
why do we say that? Now, you may not be a religious couple, you may not believe that, so maybe you'll skip this one. But for us, this is critical because sometimes we have to get beyond ourselves and we need a little bit of help. We need somebody to come in and be that mediator between the two of us. And for us, God is that, and He also helps us
to keep the peace.
And He also helps us reach some of those goals because He kind of gives us a little bit of strength and for the hard times and the disappointment and encouragement when things aren't going exactly the way we want. Yeah. So our number one step is to pray together. Yeah. If you've never prayed together as a couple and you are a Christian, this is something that will change your life in itself. Praying together, because you will hear your spouse's heart and it will just change you.
Yeah, it's super important.
Another video,
super
another topic.
Important. Yep.
Step 2 is to find a place.
Yeah,
you come
together in a safe place, location, somewhere that's relaxing. You're not going to go to a bowling alley and sit there with
you could
with
you could
pad and a pen and all of a sudden you hear number 33, your nachos are ready. I mean you're not going to do that. At least
you get the snacks there.
Well, that's true, but it's going to be too chaotic. Yeah. That's why we go somewhere and do it. So what we used to do
in our early years is we would probably go away for our anniversary.
Yeah.
And so we were it's kind of a safe place, a place that's not, it's neutral. A place that isn't filled with to-do lists and everything else, somewhere where you can clear your mind. So we would do it on our anniversary trips. That got to be a problem because Jay, being the free spirit, he thought we were working the entire weekend on our anniversary on these goals. And me, I'm going to take it to the next level. We're going to crunch numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little intense.
Yeah.
But
just a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So we don't do that anymore. We usually do because we always did it on our anniversary. We always do it very close to our anniversary. Right. And our anniversary was a couple weeks ago. We did fun stuff for our anniversary. Yeah. But then last week, we did. We got away and we got together and were able to do our goal setting. Yep. So it does help if you can go somewhere and just have some quietness to clear your mind. We've done it camping before where we had a tent and then, it was just a nice environment.
We've also went to like where we live. There's like a ski resort south of us. There's also a just amazing place up north from us, and we would go sit by the river or sit by the creek and just be in separate spaces, but still just listen to the water run by. It's very relaxing. It's very therapeutic. And that's how we did, our goal setting, and goal setting times in the past is...
There's something serene about being in nature and being away from everything. And
no
maybe
distractions.
Unplug this.
Yep.
During your goal setting time, unplug this and put it away and just say, this time is for us to have a conversation, for us to get our future taken care of. Don't answer this phone. You can answer it when you get back. If you feel like your kids are going to call you, there is a way, for an emergency, there is a way to put their number on emergency bypass, where even if you have it on do not disturb, they'll call. So that at that moment, maybe there's a few people that you want to put on emergency bypass. But anyway, getting away into nature is my favorite part.
Yeah,
when we do this.
It's the best. We both really love to just go drive for a while and go to a creek or a river and just sit by it, because listening to that water, it blocks out all of the other stuff you've been thinking about and it helps you to focus on your goals. So
Yeah,
it's good.
I love it.
Yep.
So number 3, if you're writing this down, is set up categories. So you're gonna, you're gonna figure out what's important to you guys, and you're gonna probably do, I kind of want to some of our categories and then what other people do. We will have a spiritual category. We'll have a marriage and family. You can also do marriage separate from family. We'll have a physical or fitness category. We'll have financial goals or career. You could do career. You could do those together. You could do it separate. We do home projects. Jay and I are big home project people. So we always have a category for what projects we want done and then trying to put them in order.
Yep.
We always have a ministry one. We really feel like if your marriage should have a purpose. Why did God bring you together? Why are you together? And what lives can you change? So for us, that's very important. We'll probably do a YouTube video just on that.
Yeah.
And then some other topics. Gosh, friendships, maybe a social. Like if you want, if one of your spouses is, I need some social time with friends. Maybe you want to set some goals for that.
I got some more too. Other topics that I have written down as well is some as far as your goals: fitness, social, friendships, like she said.
Mm-hmm.
Your toys that you acquire, your stuff that you feel that you need or want. Pets,
Mm-hmm.
if you're wanting to
Like
add a cat or a dog or
goals for your pets
or whatever. Intellectual goals, travel goals.
maybe,
There's so
maybe
many
you're a couple
different.
that wants to travel.
Yeah.
Like, could you, just for other people, if you're watching this, put down some other ideas of some categories that other people might be able to go, oh yeah, we need to do that.
One maybe that we didn't list, or maybe one that you feel that's important to you,
Mm-hmm.
that you.
It has to be an overall
notate.
category, because then you'll put stuff under it. So the first thing you're going to do as a couple is, you're going to come together and you're going to figure out your categories and write those out. Maybe come up with 5 categories that you want to kind of delve into on what you want goals for. And then write those down on each of your separate papers here. So I'll write down my categories and he'll write down his categories. And now the fun begins. And that is, what are we on? Step 5?
Yep.
No, back up. Step 4. Sorry.
4.
Step 4, you're going to separate to 2 private areas. Okay. We didn't get a chance to go to nature this time. Jay sat in the front room kind of on the lounge chair and relaxed with, some pop. And I went back to the vegetable garden, or the garden where I have a sitting area. And I have a fountain and it's quiet and I could just kind of sit there.
Nice water noise.
I think I brought my coffee out there.
Oh, yeah.
And,
you did.
Yeah. And then what you want to do is you just want to sit and you want to write kind of your heart. All the kind of goals, dreams, even if they're silly, write them down in each of those categories. And just kind of write it out on what you would like to see happen. Think about 2 different kinds of, I guess they would be subcategories or whatever, is what are some of these things that you want to accomplish as impersonal, because there's fitness things that are personal, like
some people may be all into fitness, other people aren't.
So Jay and I are a perfect example of that, because say in our fitness area, he's been losing weight drastically because of his illness, and in order to help him gain weight, I somehow am gaining weight. So I've gained weight and I need to lose weight. So in my personal, it's all things that are going to help me lose weight, become more active, try not to stay out of the cookies, stay away from all Jay's snacks that he's trying to gain weight, and yours might be something different. You know, you're trying to eat more proteins and trying to eat
carbs and proteins, yeah.
Yeah.
And no gluten. I mean, everything that they make pretty much has gluten in it. But, you know, I found a lot of good stuff that doesn't. So now I have to like double up on everything that doesn't have gluten so I can get enough calories in my system just daily.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand it, but...
So as we were writing our goals, right next to some of these, we put personal or couple. Mm-hmm. And on our fitness one, I believe, I don't have it right in front of me, but I believe we put on there, we'd like to start playing tennis again. And that would help me towards my goal. I hope it doesn't make you lose weight, but maybe you would get muscle mass. But when we were first married, we loved to play tennis.
I used to play in high school.
Yeah, and we kind of, that's something that we missed, especially since when I was working on Saturdays and working like around the clock, we never had time, and we had just discussed that both of us had put it on our separate list. So as you're separate, you're just kind of writing all your dreams and your hopes and all that kind of stuff, and nothing's too silly. Mm-hmm. And you want to put personal or couple. As a couple, we need to work on this, or this is something I'd like to do with you as a couple, or this is, you know, I'd like to have more quiet time to myself in the morning, and I need to get up a little earlier. You're gonna write personal, you know, stuff like that. So this is just a really good time of being quiet and to, you know, and thinking about these things. And then I was also going to say, then we're going to come together. Mm-hmm. And when we come together, that's where we're going to do a video on Wednesday about respect. And it's funny because this kind of is backwards, but
that's okay.
That's okay. This whole week, watch all the videos because they all kind of play together. Fridays, I think we still have to do. It's on chapter for 5 love languages, and your love languages are going to be important.
Yep.
To know personalities and that for this. Oh, that's what I was going to say. And you're going to agree with me. I'm telling you, you're going to agree with me, but you will.
Nothing like a little respect.
On step 4, when you're in 2 private locations, one of you, depending on your personality, is going to write a book under each category.
Oh, yes, like a novel.
A novel. They will write all these hopes and dreams and all this. And like there'll be like 2 pages per category. Okay. The other person is going to write 3 sentences.
And 3 sentences is going to be pushing it.
They may not even have verbs. Anyway.
It just goes to show you that everybody has a different personality and everybody's not the same.
And I do have to say that when we first did this way back in our 20s, you know, 33 years ago or whatever, when we came back for that first time and I had the book, I'm the book writer. So I got all these things, and I look at his page, and I was like, he doesn't even care. But through the years, I've actually just found out that everybody's like that. You're going to have one person in marriage that just is a writer and just can express their feelings. And you're going to have another person that's not, and that all they need is one sentence to describe what they need to do. And that's normal, and that's okay.
And the thing about it too is if I'm writing 1 or 2 sentences or whatever, or even 1 sentence or not a sentence, I'm putting down what's important to me as far as goals. I'm very cut and dry, black and white. This is just how it is. And she's not. So she needs to write book after book after book. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
and
okay.
It's okay.
It's
you guys
I have to respect that.
Yeah. We got to do that video.
Yeah.
Respect each other.
Yeah, you guys will see it on Wednesday.
Yeah. You got to watch, you know, you've got to respect each other enough to know that there's a difference in personalities and a difference, but together as a team, you guys can make a difference in this world, and you guys can make a difference in your marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So And I tend to talk more about this kind of stuff because
You can tell she's right in her wheelhouse.
I am in
Oh,
my
yeah.
wheelhouse.
She's excited about Monday.
So, okay. You need some popcorn while I talk?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's why you have snacks.
Thank you.
Because for the free spirit, this can be long drawn.
It's okay.
But, okay, so you're going to now, you've been separate.
Come back together.
Come back together with either your book or your sentence.
And then you see which goals that you guys match on
So
as you go over them together.
Go over each category like together. Like if we're talking about the first one, which is, say we want to change some things in our marriage. You're going to eat chocolate.
I am going to eat chocolate. I like Hershey's. Anyway, go ahead.
So, which that's what it's here for.
Exactly.
So, you're going to come back together and you're going to take a category and you're going to say, okay, you take turns and you learn how to listen. We're going to talk more about listening, and you let that person finish before you jump in talking. Don't say, I have that on my list. I mean, you can a little bit, but don't then just jump into yours. Listen to everything that person has to say about that category, their goals, and then it's your turn.
They have the floor first, and then you can tell them everything that's on your categories and the ones that match.
Yeah. And then you can get excited for the things that matched. So if you both have the exact same thing in a category, that's a definite thing that's going on your list.
Yep.
So
hands down.
And sometimes your spouse writes something that you were like, oh, I didn't think about that.
And suddenly then it goes on their list.
Yeah, so there's going to be stuff that was like, oh my gosh, yes, that is something, I just forgot to write it down. And so that becomes, you just discuss that back and forth and stay in a category.
Depending on what it is, it may become a goal that both of you are wanting to do.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to discuss, then kind of, I don't know, did we end up doing it where you go through all the categories and then you go back? Yeah. I'm trying to think how we did it.
How you and I did?
We actually did it. We've done it for so many years that it was kind of natural, and we just kind of just fall into it. So we were trying to write down the steps of what we did.
I think we went categories, and then we came together and matched categories, and then we talked about the sub categories.
So after you've kind of discussed one category, go to the next category and discuss that. Let your spouse tell what they wrote down, and then what you wrote down. Find what's kind of common, and you're going to go through there, and then you're going to prioritize. Like an easy prioritizing one is our home projects. So a lot of times we're like, well, the fence needs to be rebuilt, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, and we come together and we actually put those in an order. And you're going to write that. You're going to have your two separate lists.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a dual list or a couples list. This is your combined collective list. And this is going to be, you might have personal ones separate that you'll keep separate, but you'll have one that's all you together on here. So
this is like the finished product, So
and we
can kind of go back and forth.
We always end up taking the finished product and putting it in our file cabinet under goals, and then we'll pull that out and see how we're doing, stuff like that. But this exercise starts to make things happen that have just been thoughts in your mind.
Yep.
It starts kind of putting it on paper just does something to turn it into an action.
Yep.
So now you've got all your dreams and your possible goals, and now you're prioritizing them, and you need to compromise. You have to compromise.
This is where it gets really fun.
Yeah. So say you had on your goal that you want to do some traveling, and you both want to do a vacation or something, 3 months from now, you've decided. But now you've got to come together and compromise on the place, what the budget is,
The time,
all of that kind of stuff. And this is what the next step is. So we did step 6 and we just kind of breezed over it, which is prioritize them together and compromise. So, and then step 7 is to set up dates and to start and complete. So the difference between a dream and a goal is a dates and plan of actions. So you're going to
for the goal.
Yeah. So you also have to put dates, like say it's you want to build a savings account to a certain amount. You want to make sure you have an emergency savings account. You want to make sure you have 3 to 6 months in savings. Whatever, say you have a goal. Number 1, you got to come up with the amount that you feel is a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got to come up with when are you going to start that? And when would you like that complete? And that's when your calculator starts coming in handy. You know what I forgot to bring? I always bring a calendar. Always have a calendar with you. I
forgot your calendar.
I forgot the calendar because you want to look at dates. You want to say, okay, we need to have this much in savings before, and just say it's 2 or 3 years. Then you're going to break down that and see if it's possible to take so much a month and put it aside.
Right.
So step 7 and step 8. Step 8 is make a plan to put it into action. You have to put legs to the plan and your dreams. So, okay, here's the silly one with Jay and I wanting to play tennis. We said, okay, we both have it on our list that we want to start playing tennis again. So when are we going to start that? And Jay says, how about this Saturday? And I said, okay, then let's put it on the calendar. We're doing it this Saturday. So we have a date that we're going to start. We have a time that it's going to be morning before the heat of the day.
Yeah, definitely as hot as it's been.
So we basically took a dream or a thought and we turned it into a goal by putting a date. You can't put completion because there's not really a completion on that.
Well, we haven't done it yet.
But you just say, I want to do it once a week. We got to do it we're going to start this Saturday.
You got to start sometime. You got to start somewhere. So
yeah.
May as well.
And it's going to last
Saturday.
5 minutes because we're going to be exhausted.
I don't think so. But she seems to think we're going to be out there 5 minutes. I'll give us 10 or 15 minutes.
10 or 15, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're a lot older than we used to be in high school. So
we have not played tennis in a long time.
You guys all obviously can tell that, and we feel that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play tennis all over the world. Not all over the world, but anytime we went on vacation, we brought our rackets.
Yeah, we did. I remember that. Wow,
so,
I forgot about that, but yeah, I do remember that.
Like every little vacation, we played tennis at all different courts. Every little chance we got, we always played.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
and now we haven't for years and years and years. But
now
there's
it's time to start playing again.
Little something. So I don't know. Is there something I'm not covering on here?
No, I think you covered your wheelhouse splendidly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks you don't want to talk about this?
Nope.
You're just one sentence.
I'm good.
I'm
good.
I just want to be a better husband. I just want to be a better So how are you going to put that into action?
I think agreeing with you on your wheelhouse of goal setting, that's how I'm putting it into action.
Oh my gosh.
No, in all seriousness about the goal setting, it has changed our lives. It has changed our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago when we first started doing it, it's been a game changer. It really has. We won't cease to do this. We will always do this. It's been positive. It's been encouraging to both of us. It's been a blessing.
Yeah.
So
we've got a lot done. I mean,
yeah.
We raised a family doing this. We got to see some of our dreams come true thanks to this. We got through some hard times thanks to this.
I think even at one point, I think we did goal setting with the kids too. I think we showed them how to do goals, set goals.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure. We'll have to ask the kids next time we talk.
If we didn't, we failed.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive we did. We'll have to ask the kids when we see them next time.
So let's go over the steps again, and I will try to type them down. I'm just going to say them really quick. Number 1, you need snacks, which is not our number 1 step. You need lots of snacks because it's going to be a long day. But number 1 is we say pray together. And then it's just to get on the same page. Step 2 is come together in a safe place or a relaxing place, pleasant location.
Yep.
Step 3 is to set up categories and discuss them. What categories do you want to set goals in? And then also place them in order of importance. And then you each have the categories. And then step 4 is you're going to separate into
2 different places.
2 different places. Try to find something comfortable, something that you just is peaceful, away from your phone, that you can just think. And you're going to write down all of your goals in each of those categories. Step 5 is you're going to come back together and discuss. And you're going to kind of take it category by category, take turns talking about it. Step 6 is to prioritize them together and to compromise.
Compromise is a huge one.
Compromise is huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
It can't just be all your goals and none of their goals, and it's like, well, we didn't accomplish anything. Thanks for,
Yeah.
We wasted all this time.
A clue to whether you might be the what is that personality? The
free spirit or the nerd?
No, well, the nerd. Okay, but a clue to being if you are someone who is controlling is if all of the ideas and goals are all yours. And your spouses didn't get any. So then what you need to do is watch Wednesday's video about respect and let them make some decisions and fulfill some goals.
Yeah, if you wait till Wednesday and watch Respect, then you'll have a different idea of how to set goals.
Yeah, you might want to wait till Wednesday to set your goals.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, and then number 7, you're going to set dates of starting and completion to these, because turning a dream to a goal, it has to have dates and details. And number 8 is also part of that, is that you're going to make a plan to put it into action. You're going to say, break it down. In order to accomplish this goal, we must, put this much in savings a week, this much in savings. You have to have an action plan to your thing. And I don't have a step 9 on here, but step 9 was to actually do it. So, but
that's okay, because putting it into action is doing it. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, it's good that you added that.
So yeah, that is our 8 steps that we go through. I know there's lots of other people that write books on goal setting, and maybe there's some other ideas that you have. You feel free to write them down below.
In the comments.
Tell us this week if you went out and set some goals. Here's another thing. Don't wait until you have the perfect opportunity to go out away from somewhere. Maybe right now you and your spouse just need to write some goals about improving your marriage, improving your finances. Just do something very simple, because in a month or 2 you can rewrite them.
Yeah.
In 6 months you can rewrite them. Eventually you'll get to where you probably do this once a year, that you make sure that every year you're kind of reevaluating those goals because everything's, life changes.
Yeah.
And do not be disappointed that sometimes you can't, a year later, that goal is not going to happen. And it's okay.
And that's why you do it yearly. You do it once a year from the start date back all the way around to the end date, I guess you could say. But then the next weekend or whatever, you can start your new set of goals and new set of dreams, aspirations, whatever you want to do.
Because life changes.
Oh yeah, daily.
One of your spouse could get sick. You could have a job one year and have lost it the next year. You can change jobs.
Or you could be sick.
Move.
Or you could be sick and no job.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah, that was my point. Anyway.
But you're happy.
I'm very happy. Yep.
So,
it's a hiatus right now.
Yeah,
it's all good.
We just really, really hope that some of these ideas can help you guys get, do something special for your marriage.
And if you guys like our channel, do us a favor, subscribe, unsubscribe button, and just follow along with us. Like the video if you like it. If you don't, then don't hit anything.
Please leave us a comment.
Yeah, comment below or whatever you guys want to do. We do appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
So
it totally helps us to reach more people.
Yep.
And our fridge is making weird noises. That should have been on our goal, new fridge.
Oh, it's on the list.
It is.
It's on the list.
It was farther down. We may have to make some new goals that move that up.
The noisy one is going to travel outside, and the new one's going in the kitchen.
Oh.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Good. You just take it one day at a time, and you just start chiseling away at these goals.
That's right.
And pretty soon you look back and you go, wow, look at what we accomplished last year.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, this is Jay and Christa. And until next time, we're here to help you say I do forever.
And ever.
And ever. Bye, guys.
Bye.